Students, welcome to another practical class, students. So last time we have seen and we have discussed the first experiment under semester 4, that is do you remember, students, estimation of ferrous ions, and later also I have uploaded a video that is the experiment which we have done in the laboratory. Okay, if you have not watched it, please watch that video. Okay, now moving on to the second experiment, students. It is called as estimation of Fe+3 ions. What is Fe+3, students? Ferric ions. Okay, so kindly take a new fresh page in your observation book and put the heading estimation of ferric ions, spelling Ferric. Okay, students, this is also by dichrometry. Okay, the first one was estimation of ferrous ions. This is the second experiment under dichrometry, which we call it as estimation of Fe+3 ions. Okay, now, so as you all know, we will begin the experiment with the aim of the experiment. So kindly put the side heading aim. So what is the aim of this experiment, students? The most easiest part of an experiment, right? So write down to estimate the amount of ferric ions present in the given solution by dichrometry. Full stop. Have you written, students? Once again, to estimate the amount of ferric ions present in the given solution by dichrometry. Completed? Okay. Next side heading, principle of the experiment. So this is the most important part of the experiment, students. Principle, kindly put the side heading and also please underline the side heading. Okay, so here what is the principle of estimation of ferric ions? So ferric ions, they get reduced to ferrous ions and we estimate the amount of ferrous ions, okay, like we have done in the previous experiment. So first write down ferric ions will be reduced to ferrous ions, Fe+3 to Fe+2, students. So for this reduction we need a reagent called as stannous chloride, whose chemical formula is SnCl2. So ferric ions will be reduced to ferrous ions, Fe+3 to Fe+2, students. Okay, using stannous chloride, full stop. And these ferrous ions, they get oxidized quantitatively. By potassium dichromate. You know, students, you remember this is the oxidizing agent. Okay, here the ferrous ions will be oxidized by this oxidizing agent, which forms also the primary standard solution like we have discussed in the previous experiment. Get oxidized quantitatively by potassium dichromate in the presence of an acid. And this reaction can be used to estimate the amount of Fe+2 ions present in the given solution. Okay, so this is the principle, students. So from second sentence, it was the principle for the previous experiment. Okay, here we are estimating an amount of the ferric ions. So for this, what we are doing? First, ferric ions we are reducing to ferrous ions, then we are oxidizing ferrous ions using potassium dichromate, and from that we can estimate the amount of ferrous ions. Okay, so write down the reaction, students. The second reaction is same as the previous experiment. Before that, we should show the reduction of Fe+3 to Fe+2 using stannous chloride. So for that, write down the reaction, students. 6Fe+3 plus SnCl2 plus 2Cl minus. So this is also taking place in the presence of an acid like HCl, concentrated HCl. So 6Fe+3 plus stannous chloride plus 2Cl minus gives rise to 6Fe+2 plus SnCl4. Stannous chloride will convert into stannic chloride. Okay, now the ferrous ions which are produced in the first reaction, first step, now they react with potassium dichromate, that means they get oxidized by this oxidizing agent in the presence of an acid, plus 14H plus gives rise to 6Fe+3 plus 2Cr+3 plus 7H. Do you remember, students? This we have, this reaction we have written in the previous experiment. Okay, so first Fe+3 will be reduced to Fe+2 by SnCl2. Next, this Fe+2 will be oxidized with the help of an oxidizing agent. Written, students, these two steps. Okay. Below write down indicator sodium diphenyl amine sulfonate. What is the indicator that we have used in the previous experiment? The same indicator, right? I have showed you also, students, in the laboratory. Sodium diphenyl amine sulfonate, and below that endpoint, the same endpoint here also, that is appearance of blue color. Okay, now next comes the procedure. Next comes procedure, students. Put the side heading procedure. Under procedure, step 1. Step 1, preparation of standard K2Cr2O7 solution. Preparation of standard K2Cr2O7 solution. So the same first step, students, like we have followed for the previous experiment. That's the same procedure we follow here also. So what did we do there? Do you remember? So write down, weigh about 1.471 grams of K2Cr2O7, 1.471 grams of K2Cr2O7, and dissolve it in distilled water, in a 250 ml standard flask. In a 250 ml standard flask. In a 250 ml standard flask. Full stop. Make up the volume. Make up the volume to the mark. Make up the volume to the mark. Comma. Shake well and calculate the molarity of K2Cr2O7. Calculate the molarity of K2Cr2O7. Okay, students, this is the first step. Next, coming to the second step. What was the second step in the previous experiment? Estimation of unknown ferrous ions. Here, estimation of unknown ferric ions. Okay, so procedure will be slight different, students. So first what we do here. So first, as you all know, we will be given the unknown solution in a beaker. From that beaker, we need to pipette out 20 ml of the unknown ferric ion solution. So start writing, students. Pipette out 20 ml of. So here we are supposed to pipette out 20 ml. Then which pipette we have to take, ma? We should take 20 ml pipette only, or else 10 ml pipette twice we need to take. So pipette out 20 ml of the given Fe+3 solution, ferric ion solution, into a clean conical flask. Comma, add 2 to 3 ml of concentrated HCl. So this also takes place in the presence of an acid. 2 to 3 ml of concentrated HCl, comma, boil it. Just we will heat the solution until it until it boils, students. Just until we observe some bubbles in the beaker, in the conical flask. Boil it, comma, add SnCl2 solution. So we have learned in the principle that ferric ions, they get reduced to ferrous by SnCl2. Okay. So here add SnCl2 solution drop by drop from a burette. So once try to understand, students. In the conical flask, what all to be taken? 20 ml of the unknown Fe+3 solution. To that we should add 2 to 3 ml of concentrated HCl from a measuring cylinder. Next we will boil. Okay. So we will boil it. And now into this conical flask we will add SnCl2 solution, which is there in a separate burette. Okay. So from that burette we will slowly try to add drop by drop SnCl2 solution into the conical flask. Okay. So try to understand. First we are taking 20 ml of the unknown Fe+3 solution plus 2 to 3 ml of concentrated HCl in a conical flask. Okay. So into that conical flask, after boiling, what are we supposed to do? We should add drop by drop stannous chloride, which is taken in a burette. Okay. So add SnCl2 solution drop by drop from a burette to discharge the yellow color. What's the meaning? Discharge the yellow color means to remove the yellow color. Okay. To discharge the yellow color, and after yellow color disappears, we will add a few more drops of SnCl2. Okay. Till there it is clear now, students. Till this point it is clear. Now next what are we supposed to do? So here we try to heat it until it boils, right? Just until we see some bubbles in the conical flask. Now we have to cool the mixture. So now the entire mixture is in the conical flask. So we will try to cool the conical flask. Cool the mixture, comma, dilute it to 100 ml. What's the meaning? Dilute it to 100 ml means we will add 100 ml water and then add 5% solution of HgCl2, which is called as mercuric chloride. So when we add this mercuric chloride, students, we will get a silky white precipitate of mercurous chloride. So while adding this mercury chloride solution, we should be very careful. So we should see that we should get a silky white precipitate. Okay, if you add more, it turns into grey color precipitate. Then what we have to do? We should discard that one and again start from the beginning. Okay, so that's why it's not mentioned here how much to take. So slowly we will add HgCl2 solution so that in the conical flask we obtain a silky white precipitate of mercuric chloride. Understood, students? Till here the procedure. Okay. So first what we are doing? Pipette out 20 ml of the given ferric ion solution into a clean conical flask. Comma, add 2 to 3 ml of concentrated HCl. Boil it. Add SnCl2 solution drop by drop from a burette to discharge the yellow color and add few more drops. Okay. Next what we are supposed to do? Cool the mixture. Dilute it to 100 ml. Dilute it to 100 ml means we need to add water. Okay, students, are you following? Yes. Then add 5% solution of HgCl. You can write in the brackets mercuric chloride to get a silky white precipitate of Hg2Cl2. Next paragraph, students. Below write down. Don't write it continuously. Next paragraph. Okay. So to this add. So after we get silky white precipitate, what are we supposed to do? To this add dilute H2SO4. Dilute H2SO4 brackets 20 ml. comma 3 ml of phosphoric acid, 3 ml of phosphoric acid, comma 6 to 8 drops of indicator, 6 to 8 drops of indicator, and titrate against standard potassium dichromate taken in the burette till the appearance of blue color. Till the appearance of blue color. Full stop. Repeat the titration. Repeat the titration. Full stop. Okay, students, this is the second step, ma. So, last after that, write down result. Result. The amount of ferric ions present in the given solution, the amount of ferric ions present in the given solution is dash grams per liter. Dash grams per liter. Full stop. Okay. So, this is the procedure. Next comes the most important part of the experiment, students, observations and calculations. Put the side heading, observations and calculations. Observations and calculations. Step 1. Step 1. Step 1. Write down. Weight of the empty weighing bottle. Weight of the empty weighing bottle, comma, W1 equals to dash grams. W1 equals to dash grams. Below, weight of the bottle plus substance, comma, W2 equals to dash grams. Next, weight of the bottle after transferring the substance. Weight of the bottle after transferring the substance, comma, W3 equals to dash grams. You should not forget to take this, students. Okay. Next, weight of the substance transferred into the flask. Weight of the substance transferred, comma, W2 minus W3 equals to dash grams. So finally, molarity of K2Cr2O7 solution equals to molarity of K2Cr2O7 solution equals to weight by liter by molecular weight. So weight comes from W2 minus W3 by molecular weight of K2Cr2O7 294.18 into 1000 by 250, because we have taken in a 250 ml volumetric flask. So is equal to, so you will substitute W2 minus W3, divide with 294.18, multiply with the 4, because 1000 by 250 gives us 4. Okay. So whatever value you get, that will be the concentration or molarity of K2Cr2O7, students. So finally I have written is equal to dash capital M. Next, step 2. Step 2, write down the reactions which we have written under principle 6Fe plus 3 plus SnCl2 plus 2Cl minus gives 6Fe plus 3 plus SnCl2. Below 6Fe plus 2 plus Cr2O7 minus 2 plus 14H plus 6Fe plus 3 plus 2Cr plus 3 plus 7H2O. Students, you can copy from the principle also. Next, moving on to the table. Please draw the lines with scale and pencil, students. Serial number, volume of Fe plus 3 solution, burette readings, under burette readings, initial, final. The last column, volume of K2Cr2O7. Next, serial number 1, 2, 3. Volume of Fe plus 3 solution, how much we have pipetted out? 20 ml, 20, 20. Initial readings will be 0. Final reading will be the reading at which we get the blue color, and final minus initial gives us the volume of K2Cr2O7. That will be our burette reading, students. Next, below the table, K2Cr2O7 versus Fe plus 3. Below, write down the formula. M1V1 by N1 equals to M2V2 by N2. So now we will write down what these M1, V1, N1, M2, V2, N2 are. Below, write down, students. M1, Molarity of K2Cr2O7, it is equal to step 1 value V1 volume of K2Cr2O7, that will be our burette reading. N1 number of moles of K2Cr2O7 from the reaction, it is equal to 1. Next, M2 molarity of Fe plus 3 ions, we need to calculate this one, is equal to question mark. V2 volume of Fe plus 3 ion solution, we have pipetted out 20 ml students. Next, N2 number of moles of Fe plus 3 from the reaction, it is equal to 6. So therefore, what is to be calculated? M2 is to be calculated. So M2 from the formula M1 V1 N2 divided by N1 into V2. So we will substitute all the values, calculate whatever value we will get, that will be the molarity of the Fe plus 3 ions present in the given solution. Okay. So this will multiply with the molecular weight. So finally result students, the amount of Fe plus 3 ions present in the given solution equals to M2 value into molecular weight. So M2 into molecular weight is 56. So whatever you get, the M2 value will multiply, and that will be the amount of Fe plus 3 ions present in the given solution. So units students, grams per liter. Okay. So please write down in your observation book students. Okay, so don't neglect. Please take time. Some 10 to 15 minutes you can spend on this. Write down students. Don't be negligent. Okay, so take care students. Stay safe and bye-bye.